You know, they will form, filled it out to the governor. Not as good as for. I don't have.
You ready, Lisa? I have called to order the regular meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety for August 26th, 2025. Please have roll call.
Mayor Dean Vonderheide,
Here.
Board Member Tim Bell, Board Member Nancy Eckerly,
Here.
Police Chief Chad Dick,
Here.
Street Commissioner Jeff Tizing,
Here.
City Engineer Chad Hurt,
Here.
Personnel Safety Loss Control Director Cale Denise,
Here.
Fire Chief Code Enforcement Officer Kenny Hoaxing,
Present.
Director of Community Development and Planning Josh Getzelman,
Here.
Park and Recreation Director Tom Mormon,
Here.
City Attorney Renee Cabrick, here, Clerk Treasurer Kirsten Kenise, present. In order to have a quorum, a majority of the board members must be present. 2 of the 3 board members are present, which is a majority, therefore there is a quorum for this meeting.
Thank you. All that are able, please stand and join the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Minutes were sent out. Is there any adjustments to the minutes? I get up to the motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the August 12th.
Second. There's missing eye.
Aye.
First thing up is Mr. Mormons, for regulation.
Good morning, board. Tom Morgan, Park and Rec Department. Again, this year we're seeking permission to close down the parklands for our prescribed burn. We do have park board approval for this, and the dates that we're looking at, this is always weather dependent, so that we don't have a drought, we don't have winds, things like that. September 8th through the 12th. September 22nd to the 26th, or October 1st through the 3rd. Those are the 3 sets of dates, and this will only be 1 day that is required to shut it down. We do notify the public, all the neighbors around, so that we know that there is a prescribed burn going on. Last year's went very well, and if you go out there, you can see the blooms that we got this year. It really came back wonderful. So exactly. So we'll watch the weather, and hopefully about a week or so. We're hoping. You have to watch the weather, and it's hard to tell before a week out.
You have a company that assists with that?
So it's Olivia Fry. She's with a group out of Knox County. They come and do the prairie walk with us and things.
Yeah.
She wrote the whole burn plan and everything else. They do this for free for us as a service. They've been great to work with. Last year, Mary, you were there. It went really well. And probably what we'll do is we'll start giving out that notice sooner rather than later, but then do a reminder before it comes up.
Sorry, can you repeat the dates?
Sure. September 8th through the 12th. September 22nd to the 26th, or October 1st through the 3rd. And again, it'll only be 1 day to do this. So we won't need all of those dates. It's just that gives us some window.
I know the public would love a week notice, but probably a couple of days would be sufficient. We use the notifications, get it out there.
Right.
This is, you can't forecast that.
No, and you cannot, no. So again, what we'll do is we'll give an early notification that we are going to do a prescribed burn to especially all the surrounding neighbors that is in the burn plan to notify them. So we will, and we'll give these dates, but then when we get closer to it, we'll re-notify when that happens.
How long does that take?
It took a few hours and really goes fast, not too fast. But it's a neat thing. Kenny was there last year and assisted, and hopefully he'll be here again this year, and we're fortunate enough that we have plenty of people on the fire department and the parks department as well that assist, so.
Yeah, I think you can be good for all firefighters over there as well. That'd be still.
It's a good experience for them, and everybody really enjoyed it.
Park board has.
The park board has approved this.
I'll make a motion then that we go ahead and approve the burn at the parklands. And the dates, September 8th through 12th, 22nd through 26th, and October 1st and 3rd. Be a 1-day burn with a couple days notification.
Right.
I'll second that motion.
Second, Nancy, any further discussion? All in favor, so by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Good morning, board.
Morning.
I've got a few items that would like permission to be placed on the city auction. Jeff's already got the list, but just for approval from the board here. We have 14 chairs. I'll go through the list real quick and then we got 14 chairs, which is asset number 101496. And then we have asset number 101872, which is a Wheeling light bar. Asset 101873, which is another Wheeling light bar. Asset 101975, which is a Wheeling light bar. Asset 102050, which is another Wheeling light bar. A lot of these light bars are 15, 20 years old. Have been sitting out there for quite some time, either or for a different style of vehicle that's no longer produced or whatever, but they're still in working order, just not conducive to what we have nowadays. We have asset 102418, which is a console for inside the vehicle. And asset 102419, which is also another console inside the vehicle.
What was that number again, Chief? What was the last number?
102419. Asset 102461 is a federal light bar. Asset 102462 is another federal light bar. Asset 102552, which is a Wheeling light bar. And asset 102758, which is a star multicolor, I believe that's an inside the vehicle type light bar. Those are all the items that we'd like to be placed, additional to the ones that the previous meetings, be placed on the city auction.
The 14 chairs have one asset tag, it's just a group of them.
Yes. Yep, just grouped as one asset.
Good. Then you have. Well, some others you can get to those later.
Those are the items for the auction. I do have others to be removed from our asset list. Will we go through those down?
Get approval.
Okay.
Let's do this first, Jim. I'll make a motion that we approve these items from the city auction, 14 chairs, asset of 496. All right. Let her know to read one. So group of 14 chairs, some light bars, consoles, and it's multi-color lights. Those assets as read to be placed on city auction.
I'll second that motion.
May I have a second, Nancy?
Just out of curiosity, those light bars, could anybody bid on those? Can they be bought by anyone or will you notify local police department that they're available?
It would be bid on, whether they use them on a vehicle or whatever they use it for, they would have to obviously modify the color of lights that would be used for, so. Obviously, red and blue in the state of Indiana is for law enforcement, which is what these light bars are, so.
It would be probably a good idea to, I mean, I don't know, do you know of any law enforcement agencies that use the cars that those bid on?
Just to contact local law enforcement, see if there's any needs or. Okay. Good. Motion second, favor say aye. Thank you. Next up, requesting permission to junk 2 old computers. Asset 103038 is a Seneca Business Workstation Series i5. And asset 102748 is a NextLink Business Series Workstation. Both of these computers were in our dispatch, and the 2 computers have now been replaced with 1 computer. So 1 computer is performing the duties that those 2 computers were doing. So anyway, just like permission to junk 103038 and 102748. Will those computers then be destroyed?
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, well, what we do is we keep the hard drive portion of it, in the event that we would need something off of that, but the rest of the computer itself is destroyed.
I'll make a motion to approve the junking of those 2 old computers. I'm sure you have those asset numbers.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Requesting to junk a light bar, which is asset number 101505. This is a 12 strobe light bar that was on our Humvee. It was purchased, I think, in 2002, but the lights no longer work. The strobe functions no longer work, and it's outdated technology. I was actually, I guess I have in my notes here, it was 2004 when that was purchased. So requesting to junk 105 or asset number 101505.
Yeah, I make a motion, we junk asset number 101505 light bar. 2004 light bar.
Second that motion.
Second, answer. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And last on the asset stuff, request permission to remove, I'm not sure how we do this, but it's asset 600214. This was the 2018 Dodge Charger that was totaled in a crash earlier. Insurance has done their thing and reimbursed the city for the vehicle. So just requesting permission to have that asset removed from our.
What will we do with it?
Do it.
What will we do with it? Do we have the car physically?
No,
Okay. They sign the title over to the insurance company.
yes.
Okay.
Where is that car?
The insurance company, we've signed the title over to them.
Okay, so I'll make a motion, we remove the 2018 Dodge Charger asset number 600214. So,
I'll second that.
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you. Last on my list is request permission to open a hired process for a full-time dispatcher. We are currently down 2 positions in the dispatch center, but 1 full-time dispatcher. So requesting permission to go ahead and open a position or a process for a full-time dispatcher.
Curious where this falls within your current budget.
Yes, these positions are budgeted for, yes, so.
They had budgeted for 7 full-time dispatch officers, and you have
5.
5 right now, so they have budgeted for 7 for the whole year.
And then I'll make a motion to approve the permission to begin a hiring process for a full-time dispatch employee.
And I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Anything else, chief? That's it. Okay, Chief Olson?
Good morning.
Morning.
We'll start out with the weed letters to report. So the first one is Joanne Ledeen. That's showing that's still open. That's a second violation. And the reason it's open yet is that fine will be sent. The street department was called to mow it. However, she took care of it before they arrived. So that's just waiting on the fine for that to happen. And then we can move forward there. So and I was by there again the other day and it's about time to get another one. So the fines just continue to increase and
Is that the house in Grassland Hill?
yeah, so. TWN Properties, that was a declared nuisance at 1026 Division Road. And a weed violation. So that's been taken care of. Todd and Colette Armstrong, 1622 Newton Street, that's on the corner of 17th and Newton there. Continue to have problems there, but it is cleaned up again. Except for the vehicles parked there, which there's just a lot of stuff sitting there, that little bitty lot. Jessica Perez at 1002 South Meridian Road, that's been cleaned up. Communication Properties, that's a cell tower on Kelleher Road, near Cherry Street, that was taken care of. They were out there mowing that yesterday. Maria Brown, declared nuisance at 1421 Maple Leaf. She asked for an extension there, and that's really close. That's a fence that was falling over. So that's close to being taken care of. Jason Hernandez at 428 West 6th Street. There's a declared nuisance that's been taken care of. Justin Patton at 877 West 19th Street, that's been cleaned up. Sparkle Properties at 1334 and 1336 Briarcliff. That was a weed violation, that's been taken care of as well. Dane and Vanessa Dalton at 318 West 9th Street. That's been cleaned up. There's two up here for the same person, and last week, Renee and Jane and I talked recently, it's better to split these up when there's multiple violations. That way we can close one and like, it's confusing when part of it's open and part of it's not, so.
Sometimes they have. Take care of the violation, but the other violation continues, plus each one has a different deadline, so it's just better to track them separately.
So that's at 194 East 36th Street. Both those things are taken care of as well. Vicky Morgan at 245 Ridgewood, that's been taken care of. Robin Denbo at 4356 Reinstrasse, that's been taken care of as well. Shirley Shoup, 1804 Newton Street, that home is now vacant, and there's a letter on the picture window. There's a management company taking care of that, so they mow the front yard and they ignore the rest of it. They're ignoring, so looks like a mowing company comes in, they do minimal work, and then they're gone again and I think that they've reached out to them as well, let them know.
Here, that management company, I'm on a different property, so we will let them know what's going on with that mowing company.
Erica French, that's 1700 Newton Street, that's been taken care of as well. I declared nuisance at Ivy Capehart at 1422 Royal Street. These are their deadlines coming up. Brandon Beekline at 1345 Franklin Street. Humberto Palma at 1305 Mill Street. I think that might be taken care of. I'll have to go check on that one. Cheryl Tromba, 324 East A Street. The street department did that one, and I think they did that one. And there's a invoice there for that. Kenneth Oscar at 2916 Rosemere Street. There's two violations there, one for weeds and one for declared nuisance. And Gregory and Devin Smith at 209 West 9th, second violation for that one as well. And then Lewis Wagner at 418 Heisler Street. And that's also a second violation for him as well, so. So that's the ones, this is the last times we reported on those. And then the other list is everything that's open violations yet that are in process in some form or another, so.
So if they've passed the due date, he's over violation of the issue of fine. We've already.
So, and some of them, for example, I just looked real quick, there's one on here from Larry Meyer, the due date says August 11th. But we know that he's hired a contractor and spoken to the contractor who's going to begin work in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, he actually started yesterday on that one.
That while the due date says that it's passed, there's work in progress. And so that there are a number of those on this list.
Yep.
In fact, most of them.
So other than that, I have my fuel maintenance report. And then just as a side note, next Thursday we'll be out at Beaver Lake. Pump testing is scheduled, so all the pumpers and ladder trucks will be out there. It's a full day, but they'll all be certified again for another year, which is a requirement of the ISO audit, so it'll keep us where we need to be. So. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, all things.
Nothing's.
Chad? Sir. Chuck?
All right, that went quick. Good morning. You'll remember at the last meeting, we opened up quotes for a tire changer. And they were a little bit higher than what I had budgeted. I'm always amazed that in June of one year, I can get a budget number, and by August the following year, it's gone up almost 20%. Anyhow, in talking, it's just how it turned out. Inflation, prices went up. One of the things that we did when I budgeted, I did not include was a wheel lift. After researching, we found that was an ergonomic thing that would definitely benefit having the lift tires up onto this thing. So something it's $1,431. I think we could probably save that in back strains. So over the life of this unit. So I do think that's worth it. So again, today what I'm doing is I'm recommending that we do take the low bid from Ben Tire Distributors of Indianapolis with a base quote of $13,963.60 with the alternate wheel lift for an additional $1,431, making the total quote at $15,394.60. That is, as I said, over budget. However, we do have funds to cover that. We purchased some items that were under budget, and so we still have a little to cover that. So
What was your approximate budget for this?
it was 12,000. So Ben Tire, BEN. Ben Tire Distributor. I'm
The
sorry.
base.
Oh, I'm sorry, the base.
I got it.
Okay, sorry.
So I'll make a motion that we approve purchase new tire changer, Ben Tire Distributors. Base quote of $13,963.60 with an alternate for the wheel lift of $1,431 for a total $15,394.60.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. The next one, requesting permission to purchase a air compressor for one of the mechanics trucks. We don't, this mechanic, one of our mechanics has all his tools in battery operated. The other one came to us with pneumatic tools. And so again, it's a little tougher for him unless he borrows a tool from the other one. So we talked, and if he gets called out in a service truck, he doesn't always have all the tools he needs. So one of the things we talked about was adding an air compressor to that service truck.
And not only would it benefit him, but it would benefit us as well. There are times where we get called out for a flat tire or a low tire, and that air compressor can air it back up until we get the vehicle back into the shop. And there's other things that the construction crews could use it for as well. So it's not just something for him only, but it would be something that we could utilize. We did go out, we did this internally, just checked for low prices through several companies. Denny's Auto was one, and then we went with Northern Tool, and there was another one and I forgot it. Sorry, but Meyer, yeah, exactly. Sorry, thank you. And so anyhow, we what I'd like to do is recommend that we take the low quote from those three, and for a total of $2,699.99 for that air compressor mounted in that truck or on the truck bed. We do have money to cover that, so all right.
What have you done in the past? Just loaded up an air compressor on a truck every time?
Yeah, what we've got is we've got a tank that they'll load before they leave with off the shop compressor. And that's fine. It can, but if you don't have enough air and it takes more, then you're kind of, you either have to borrow a battery tool from someone, and but like I said, this is just kind of a convenience that I think has benefits more than just mechanical.
More efficient.
Yeah.
Based on that you have the funds for this purchase, I will make a motion to approve the air compressor to mount in the bed of a mechanic's truck, purchasing from Northern Tool in the amount of $2,699.99.
I will second the motion and open it up for questions. Jeff, one of the things about investment like this is what kind of return on investment, how many times do you get called out? You don't have that thing.
Right.
Because it's gonna cost us labor for in the truck costs.
Sure. And
Is it a 2-year payback, 3-year?
yeah, I mean, I would think, I would say probably a 3-year payback based on the price of it. So,
Based on the amount of times you get called out.
Right.
Things like that.
right.
Just have to find more ways to use it.
That's right.
Well,
And if you have it, you'll use it. I mean, it's, like I said,
and Renee just reminded me, this is only $3,000, which is the limit. So you wouldn't even have to come to us for permission.
But thank you.
So, yeah, thank you. One of them would have been overlooked, so.
right.
You
Right.
the one that was on.
There you go.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right.
We do have motion in the second, so we'll go ahead and finish it out. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
And then just two more items of information. Officially on Monday, we are back to a full staff. We hired two new employees. One started a week ago this past Monday, Tad Wrench, and yesterday our newest employee, Jerry Robling, started. So we're, like I said, we're back to a full staff. So we welcome them and look forward to working with them. So, and then the final note, we are milling today. Milling Jackson Street between 3rd Street and River Center Landing, and 44th Street between Newton and Obingstrasse, and South Newton between Hoaxsong Avenue and the quarry entrance. You may remember that was a section of the road that was damaged by a truck accident out there, and so some of that's being covered by their insurance. But since we were out there and the road has some cracking going on, I told them to go full width and to extend it just a little bit more. So again, we're gonna share the cost on that one. So I got an estimate for just the damage only, and then to do a full width. So
That one on Jackson to 3rd to River, does that stop right there at the railroad track?
it does, yes. Yeah, we're stopping right at the railroad track. So it's not that bad right there. And like I said, there's a lot of rubber in that crossing. So again, at some point we'll have to do it again, but we may reach out to the railroad and see if they can help us with the rubber bumpers they have in there. So so that one, so yeah, we should should pave that here yet this week as well, all three of those. All right,
Thank you,
that's all
Joe.
I have. Okay, thank you.
Josh?
Nothing good next.
Renee?
Nope, nothing for me.
Pearson?
Nothing.
Well, I do. I'd like to request removing assets number 100379 through 100390 and 100393. These are the council chamber chairs that are now replaced through a donation of Cape National to the city. So really appreciate that. These sit very comfortably and upright. So really appreciate modernizing this. Thank you, Lisa, for managing that. So I'd like to request that, and I'll make the motion.
And how many chairs does that equal? Is it 13? I'll second that motion.
I have a second from Nancy. Any further discussion?
Thanks again to Lisa for your work on that.
All in favor, so saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Since you mentioned that, I think we do have to accept the restrictional fund donation.
The council can accept the
The
donation,
donation, but we don't need the restriction.
we accept it.
Me too.
And if there's nothing else, then I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
Second. Who's in the second? Aye.
Aye.
Good job, Jane.